I was all fired up when I read Canadian urbanist Leslie Kern's book, a much-needed take on a more equitable and just feminist city. It all started with us sticking the word badass on a wall as a kind of affirmation. And around that, we wanted to create a real community, shape a conversation, and activate Kern's as well as our own ideas. So we pledged to do it collaboratively, through a feminist lens, and very much grounded in the knowledge and acknowledgement, of course, that we share the city and the land with Indigenous peoples, as well as, for example, immigrant women who bear a lot of the care work around us.
Our first session was quite surprising, quite interesting. I think we saw like a real interesting, diverse range of activities, from reading to model making. In particular, I find the model making quite interesting, because I think this is where thought manifests itself and becomes tangible. But I guess we had all over the evening like a course of really meaningful, profound conversations and model making exercise.
The vibe was like very warm and friendly, because I think we had a cross section of a lot of just like badass women from all over the city. So I think that the conversation was really what fueled the model making itself, because it's a really tactile and sort of like therapeutic process to be hands-on, and people were working either in teams, making new friends, or just like kind of in their own zone, working with what's available.
How to Build a Feminist City has taken the form of a read, think, make, tell program cluster. With reading groups, maker workshops, we built a feminist library, a physical mood board that we add photos and questions to weekly. We have a digital visioning wall that we're growing, and social media exchange about, for example, safety and accessibility, or loneliness and solidarity. It's impressive how our creative team, with the support of our partners at GoetheTO, are reaching an incredibly motivated and inclusive group of women and men. So far, from age 17 to 71, planners, artists, designers, architects, secretaries, doctors, students, consultants.
So it's been wonderful having discussions with people from all sorts of backgrounds and definitely different lived experiences. But, you know, I think my knowledge is a bit specific in terms of architecture and city building, and it's really great to hear a broader perspective about the minutiae and the everyday conflicts that people face in the city, which is currently in its form built for patriarchal standards, but rather the conflicts that not only just women but men also face. It's a universal issue about how we move forward as a collective building the city.
It felt like a really nice group therapy session almost last time we met up, where we spoke about our mothers and our mothers' relation to the city. So I thought tonight has been a really great extension of that, and getting to explore the ideas we had there and issues we brought up. And it's been really great to just hear other people's takes and think about things that just have sort of slipped my mind when I've considered what it's like to be a woman in a city.
We've met and talked in a downtown park, in a club, here at the Goethe Toronto, moving the needle from barriers to fixes with a model city that we're physically crafting. The project has been playful and joyful, challenging too. We're discussing our blind spots and what still needs work. Personally, I have never learned more in a creative process than with How to Build a Feminist City. I feel my own attitudes about moving around my town, how I relate to women and men in the public space being transformed. And I can share that with my daughter, with neighbors. So it's a very surprising, open-ended, experiential learning cluster. Drawing on the lived experience and massive crowdsourced creativity our community has been generously bringing to the project, as well as Leslie Kern's brilliant input in her book Feminist City.